3 years ago at this point. That I know that's crazy. That's a long time. And believe me, I've recorded so many daggone videos, and they just were never right. I just never uploaded them and stuff like that. But I'm here now, and I'm gonna try to make this my upload right here. Yeah, so I have written some things down because I have a tendency to go off on tangents, and I also am not very good at telling a story linearly, right? I'll go from A to M to Z to B, and it usually comes back full circle. And if you can rock with me with that, that'll be what's up, because I'm trying. But yeah, so I did want to, the questions I wrote myself to ask on the video so I can answer some things and remember what I want to touch on was, how has life been since the last video? All right, and that's not the last video. That was a 9-minute video. If I didn't say it already, that is called a message. That's the longest video I have on my channel. And so if you want to refer back to that, please do. Yeah, I appreciate it. But yeah, so how's life been since the last video? And I will say life has been up and down, just like it always is. It's been amazing because God has definitely, I have been through what they call a spiritual awakening. And if, for people who haven't gone through it, it's very, very hard to even explain what it is, how it feels, what you experienced during it and stuff like that. So from that 9-minute video that I made, I've come a long way. And I did mention in that video that, I think I said meditation is bad, or stay away from it, something like that. And I will retract that statement, right? Now I will tell you my experience back then with meditation. I wasn't even meditating. What I was doing was listening to frequency music. Music with the title heal your heart, get rid of anxiety, stuff like that. So I feel like where the mistake I made was that I was trying to heal myself without asking the creator of creation to hold my hand, or tapping into the creator within to guide me through. And so I started experiencing some things that really scared me. Shortly thereafter, I had a breakdown. I can't remember if I addressed the breakdown in that video, but I had a breakdown. I was just too through because I was dealing with nonstop social anxiety, nonstop anxiety at the house because I was dealing with a lot. I was, what you would call a single mother, but I wasn't single. And to be honest, I will say that, and I hate this word because I see it everywhere, I hear it everywhere, but I was in a very narcissistic relationship. And it took me a very, very long time to get up the courage to walk away, because I did love that person. I loved that person, okay? And, we shared children, and I didn't want to split the family up and stuff like that. But let me tell you something on that too. Every time I prayed on that situation, should I stay? Is this the person for me? The spirit of truth would be like, no, no, fast, like loud and fast, no, not no, but maybe one, no. And so I ignored that so many times, and just like a lot of females do, we tend to we love, and when we love hard, and so we tend to think that we can, help to change a man by being a good woman, by being there, by listening and stuff like that. But when it's to the level of where he was at the time, there's no hearing any of that, and that stuff means nothing. And I won't say I wasted my 15 years of my life, because I didn't. Because had I not gone through all that, I wouldn't be where I'm at today spiritually. I'm spiritually rich and abundant, and I love the Most High Creator with all my heart. What else? And yeah, I wouldn't have had my awakening. I wouldn't have, look, let me tell you, God led me down a road of, like that night, okay, look, this is what I'm talking about with being all over the place. So the night that I had that meltdown, that breakdown, it was because I was overwhelmed with my children, and, he wasn't around like he was there but not there to help. And so I was just so overloaded with taking him back and forth to school, cleaning, cooking, getting his stuff together. At the time, like, he didn't want me to work or anything like that. I wasn't working, but I was I think I was in school. Was I in school at that time? Anyhow, but I was just overwhelmed. And that night I was crying so hard. I didn't want to be around anybody. I asked, him and my children to just please give me time. That was my first panic attack. I had never had a panic attack, but I couldn't breathe. Yeah, it was a lot. But anyway, so I remember laying down that night, and I had been praying. I'm like, Almighty, if you love me, I need you to step in here. And I need to know that you're with me. I hope y'all can hear me. I know I'm whispering. It's 3 o'clock in the morning right now. I'm trying not to be too loud. But anyway, yeah, so I'm just praying, like, talk to me, And so as I'm falling asleep, I heard 2 phrases. And again, I can't remember if I said this in the 9-minute video. This is clearly going to be longer than 9 minutes. I'm at 7:30. But anyway, yeah, so I don't know if I said it or not, but one of the things God said to me was, how can you hate yourself but love another, for you are all born of the same spirit? It's like, okay, all right, now I don't talk like that. I don't talk like that. But at that time, it was so accurate because I hated myself. I didn't have any self-worth. I didn't, know who I was. My upbringing, I had childhood trauma, just like we all usually do and stuff like that. And I just felt so, different than everybody for a lot of my life. And it's just like, why can't I be like other people? You know what I mean? It would just be like, I feel like an alien. I feel like an alien. Like, where am I from? Because this is not it. Oops, hold up. Yeah, I'm highly sensitive. Not saying like I cry all the time or anything like that, but I know now, since God has been walking me through my awakening and realizing who I am, so I love myself now. God led me to know and see that I'm a highly empathetic person, or as they say, empath, right? So I take on a lot of energy all the time, and I know now that used to lead to my social anxiety. The onslaught of energy is a lot to deal with, especially when, like, you're, chipper and happy-go-lucky, and all of a sudden you feel sad. You feel, you know what I mean? Like, you're feeling all kinds of things going on, and I just didn't know that that's what was happening with me, right? I feel animals as well. What else? Of course I have, like, I'm intuitive, so I get, a lot of nudges about things and stuff like that. And, I just have been surrounded by people who I felt like just didn't, like, how come people don't care like I do? How come people don't have integrity? How is this person willing to smile in this person's face and then do them dirty? Like, look, I'd rather just not be around people. You know what I mean? And so anyway, moving on. Look, we 10 minutes in. Okay, so anyway, yeah. Meditation, I went wrong with meditation in my own opinion because I didn't ask for the Most High God to walk with me, walk me through it. I didn't even know what I was going to experience. I didn't know I was going to experience anything except for I was just striving for peace. But I started, having spiritual experiences. I started, like remote viewing and stuff like that. If you don't know what that is, please look it up because I didn't know what it was. I'm like, child, why am I why am I in somebody's room peering around? Like, what is going on here? Like, you know what I mean? So it got really, really scary. And I am raised in a very Christian household and stuff like that. And so, per that mindset and that upbringing, everything, a lot of things are, categorized as demonic and stuff like that. So I got scared, but I will say now that I'm not fearful anymore. And again, all right, let me try to talk faster. So all right, as far as my belief system and stuff like that, I don't call myself a Christian. I don't really call myself anything. I am a follower of Christ. That's what I am. The teachings of Christ. The love of Christ, the light of Christ, the truth of Christ, and everything like that. I am a follower of that and a full knower that Christ is the way. Like he taught us the way. But as far as the Bible goes, I have, like, back then when I made that video, and for a while thereafter, I had been reading and really trying to get into the word and really deeply into it, because people be describing it as like very like life-giving, and it's really I don't know, but I would always get hung up on Genesis, and I did move past Genesis, but like it's like, let us make man in our image. That's the first thing that popped out on the page. Like, hold up, what? Who's us? But I have some answers to that that's for a whole nother video, a whole nother time, if I make, if I touch on that topic. But anyway, yeah. And then also my other thing was, okay, so if I think my mom told me that the Bible says something along the lines of fear not, like 365 times or something, some crazy number like that, right? And so I'm like, if it's like, if that's the guidance being given, how come, the Christians that I've been brought up around, I've been to many different churches, usually Baptist churches and stuff like that. Why is fear all they push? And then also, the God of the Bible is described as an unconditionally loving God, and I could never ever wrap my mind around how unconditionally loving means. That he would send his children, those that he created, to eternal hellfire, damnation, to be tormented and tortured for all of eternity. I'm like, that doesn't sound right at all. That don't feel right at all, and so yeah. The Bible, first of all, has some amazing gems in it, a lot of them, and a lot of truth is there. And in my opinion, there's also a lot of deception, a lot of trickery going on, and a lot of, like contradictions. But that is my opinion, and I implore anybody watching this to this point, if you are, thank you anyway, because it's like 15 minutes in almost, but yeah, I implore any and everybody on here listening to go to the Creator yourself and ask for the truth. Ask for the truth with an open heart, with a sincere heart, and yeah, you'll be given the truth. A lot of people say they want the truth, but they don't really want the truth, because if the truth exists outside the Bible, they won't even hear it. You know what I'm saying? And there's not a Christian bashing fest at all, because my mom is a minister and I love her. She's the most amazing person I know. The most amazing person I know. And yeah, it's not a bashing fest. It's just like, okay, if your goal is to like lead people to Christ, to come at people that you don't even really know in such a judgmental fashion and threatening hellfire to them, I pray that they know what they do. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, moving on. What else? What's it? Hold on, let me read this right fast. I already covered that. Where do you stand with religion? Look, I've been down the road of, of course, Christianity, Gnosticism. I didn't go deep down that. What else? Reading. I had listened to the. Oh my gosh! Why can't I think of it? Some of the Nag Hammadi. But anyway, all right, what else do I got here? What do you look forward to in the future? What do I look forward to in the future? I look forward to this being us being in a world where there is, and it sounds corny as all get out, okay, but where there is nothing but peace, nothing but love, nothing but joy, and abundance. That's what I look forward to. I look forward to continuing on this journey. The journey has been super amazing. And now I can speak in front of this camera and not feel anxious. I don't have social anxiety anymore. Sometimes it does, come up, sometimes, but I'm also paying attention to myself more, where I realize that when it spikes, usually I'm around somebody that I know that, doesn't like me, but is just smiling in my face, or I can feel their energy and it's not the greatest of energy and stuff like that, but look, the creator of creation has brought me a very, very, very long way. And it's everything I prayed for is coming into fruition, and it is amazing, like seriously amazing. So yeah, I just look forward to us living in peace and living in love, and stop allowing the powers that were to kind of continue to program us to believe that it's supposed to be anything but that. Let me see. One more. It's about to be a 20-minute long video. Lord have mercy. How did you find out you were an empath? What do you experience? Intuitive. What does that say? Whoa. Sorry. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right. I mean, it, very briefly, like with being an empath and an intuitive and stuff like that. Like, I can definitely tell when people are lying, which also has made it very hard to just be, around people a lot, because it'll be people that I care for and people who are my friends and stuff like that. And, I tend to, all right, rewind. Usually, a lot of times when a child faces like a lot of very deep trauma, when they're in the stages of like really being in theta mode, where they're really shapeable, their minds are shapeable and moldable. Like, if they experience like really bad trauma, a lot of the times they become hyper focused, hypersensitive, and just really aware of things that other people aren't aware of. So it's like a gift and a curse, really. So I definitely have always noticed very, very small subtleties in people's facial expressions, their movements, their tone, and and the spirit has definitely given me some like futuristic awarenesses, right, that have helped me prepare for some things, and that kind of started in 2020. But anyway, y'all, if y'all stay with me till this point, like y'all rocking with me like that, huh? And I do intend on creating more content. It definitely ain't gonna be this long, and if it is this long, it's probably not gonna be this serious. But my goal for my channel is definitely to make y'all laugh, because I am silly, my family is silly, my children and everything like that. My dog is silly. So yeah, it's definitely to make people laugh and, you know, take some weight off of people's shoulders, because everything's so extra. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh my god, I lost the train of thought. Thank you guys for being here with me. um I would love to definitely, as my channel grows, um you know, I would love for women. I did post some about that in my community page a long time ago, and I don't think anybody answered, but it's cool because I'm sure whenever it's meant to be, it'll be. But I wanna have a, you know,